Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Thursday, August 24th. We're going to take a look at Sundial today. So SNDL, these are old levels. I don't know how old these are. I don't know when I put these in, but really interesting to see that the recent price action is still rotating around these levels. We have this 127. Maybe this was a sort of a down level, right? Like a potential bottom. That's why it could be yellow. I'm going to flip it to blue because these days I use yellow for different reasons. But came down within 2 pennies of that, came up, caught some resistance off this 143 level that we had put in, came up, confirmed support there, and then a big push through this 155 and then 171. So, not much that I would really change there. All right, if the video gets a little weird, I had an interruption there, so I'm plugging this in the editing process. So I'll put in maybe a couple of additional levels here. This 165 level seems like it's sort of made an appearance as an important level. And then right here about 136, 137, these fractions of pennies always start to confuse me. It's closer to the up penny or the down penny. And then right about here, 178. So those are some additional levels that I look at. And then it appears like it may have a trend line here up off the bottom, which it's nicely walking itself up and sort of testing today. So, it depends kind of where you want to put it. This is maybe the more conservative approach, showing that previously it fell out the bottom a couple of times, regained, and now today sort of hitting that level right about where you would look for it to catch support, but additional support coming in at this 155 level that we had put in there. So sort of double support levels there, which, may give it some sort of staying power in that area. Now it could sort of ditch this uptrend by kind of walking itself sideways and, working itself out that way. But otherwise, might give some decent flat top setups if it's able to come up and sort of, put in some motion here and then have nice pushes upward. So that's what I see on the Webull side of things. If I flip over here to the Thinkorswim study, the daily is not helpful because for whatever reason, the platform just doesn't handle these low price stocks that well with the setup. But in any case, if we look at the hours, so just realize this is on the daily. We're now looking at the hour. Big bearish push today. You see it was triggering here, and then this was a really good signal from TTM squeeze. Doesn't always happen, but when it fired, it really made strong moves. So bearish momentum potentially reaching sort of a threshold here, and maybe it's going to die down, sort of like we saw here, and a nice smooth transition to some bullish momentum. I don't know, we'll have to see. Again, this is hour by hour, but what I would look for at some point is, now that this is out of the channel, look for it to revert back toward the mid-range of the channel, that blue line there. You see the price here, 163, but that shifts as the candles get put in. So I don't know exactly what that's going to be tomorrow, but that is what I would look for in the near term. Some reversion back into the channel and then ultimately testing that mid-range. Now, it doesn't have to happen, and it doesn't have to happen soon. And if it tries to jump into the channel and gets shoved off, that could mean that there's just really intense bearish pressure and momentum taking place. And that's sort of like, a siren signal that I look for, sort of a red flag, if you will. It can happen to the upside as well. When it's out the channel and you're waiting for it to come back down, and it just kind of comes down to the upper bound of the channel and goes back out, and that's where there's really good bullish pressure. So usually something sort of newsworthy is pushing it in either direction, if that's the case. But we'll see how this one plays out, and yeah, we'll call that a video. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you finish the week off strong tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.